Hi Taurus, welcome into your general July 2023 reading. I hope you're doing amazing. We're going to begin and pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and then we'll move on to pull some tarot. So let's do some shuffling and see what we get for us. Okay, that was a struggle for Taurus. Okay, the Wolf Spirit, Bee Spirit, we got a lot for you. Lizard Spirit and the Hummingbird Spirit. All right, so good energy. I feel like you're going to be feeling very connected to animals in the month of July. Nature for a lot drawn to the reading. But beginning with Wolf Spirit, talking about turning your Taurus knowledge into wisdom. I said that really slowly. I feel like there's going to be a lot of speaking for you in the month of July. Feeling very wise and aware, all right? Very aware of your surroundings. Very observant, potentially a little bit judgmental for a lot drawn to the reading. I'm hearing like myself. I do feel like you're going to be noticing a ton, and this may be at times a bit concerning. It could be you having spiritual occurrences throughout the month. I want to say your dreams coming into play. You having a lot to get done, putting more on your plate than maybe you have to, or it just might be necessary for some drawn to the reading. You might find that you are very much spiritually messed with at certain points. I feel like you are just coping with a lot. And I feel like you're doing a pretty damn good job at utilizing your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, your intuition, putting that all to use and doing your best to stay grounded through it all and cope with certain difficulties, annoyances, overcome certain obstacles. I feel like you're being reminded that you have so much of value from what you've been through, the ups, the downs, the lefts and rights to put to use when it comes to what you're imagining for the future. I feel like a big change, a big switch up, something that will feel more fulfilling for you, all right, in one if not multiple ways. I really feel like there's going to be a focus on eye contact as I'm drawn to these piercing blue eyes on the wolf, a focus on your good looks, your striking nature, your grounded Taurus way of being, you know, people liking your energy throughout the month and finding that you're just very contagious, very much magnetizing. Is that even make sense? Attracting people, their focus into you. Okay, even I want to say attracting and manifesting what is meant for you. Beautiful. And what you desire all the meanwhile. So don't underestimate the power of a Taurus. Love it. Moving on to the Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. Great energy. I feel like it's a bit of a lucky month for you, all right, in certain ways, maybe not feeling 100% that way throughout the month, but I feel like there are a lot of sweet results. It's like you create something, you develop something, you accomplish something, and it just gets done so damn well that you feel so rewarded quite instantly. You might find that you post on social media for your business or just for in general, and that does really damn well. I feel like you are feeling the ability to accomplish coming to you quite easily, very well spoken throughout the month. Sure, little slip ups, right? Or maybe a couple big slip ups, so be it. But I feel like you don't let it get the best of you. You might find that it's actually purposeful, especially if you're an energy worker, a tarot reader, something of the sort, spiritual worker, or a light worker in general. But I do feel like there's a focus on your glow. All right, are you taking care of yourself enough? And you will find there are sweet results stemming from, as a result from taking care of yourself, okay? And you just feel better mentally, you feel brighter, you feel more confident, right? And it assists and benefits you when it comes to the work you produce and develop and just what you decide to tackle and accomplish throughout the month in general, all right? Anyways, that was a random message that I just got. The Lizard Spirit talking about dreaming your world into being. I feel like there's thoughts of the world as a whole, right? How it's evolving, changing, maybe some negatives in regards to that. But I feel like you're thinking about your individual Taurus worlds and how you wish to see your path evolving, moving forward, changing. It's like you are doing a really great job for the most part of making the best out of what's at hand. But you can't help but a very Two of Wands vibe think about how this is not everything, right? I don't want to live here in the long run, or I don't want to work here in the long run. You could be more so wanting to be an entrepreneur or see, your business situation expand or just change. You may see yourself running your business in a different location. However, it's looking for you, and it might feel like you're just a bit detached from connecting fully or at all with people that you're working with, living with, even friends maybe that you're close with or just, associated with in general. And I feel like this is because you're changing and because you're kind of very much focused on developing your world and seeing things improve for you moving forward. Beware not to overspend is what I'm getting. I do feel like there's going to be tempting moments when it comes to, attractive price tags, sales, ads, stuff like that. Browse if need be. I feel like do your best not to overspend. Once again, you'll thank yourself in the end. But there is a focus on your money and your ability to grow again is what I'm getting. Begin again for some, right? I really feel like you are being secretive in a lot of ways, keeping to yourself. I probably shouldn't have expressed what I desire or what I was mulling over, thinking of changing or are changing to that person, but can't rewind, I guess, right? It just reminds you to be strategic about who to update, who to actually open up to in that sense. Not everybody is to be trusted or just will actually be a beneficial source of advice or just won't benefit to tell them, right? That's life. But the hummingbird spirit talking about how it's going to really be beneficial for you to be here in the now, the present moment, to acknowledge the beauty, the blessings in your life throughout the month of July and surrounding it. Because again, it's going to be very difficult at times to not think very far down the line, right? You might know something is not going to come to be even soon after July, right? It's like you got to save up a specific amount of money, or it's just an inevitable timeline, or it could be in regards to tied into a specific contract that isn't going to be over until several months down the line, or whatever the case may be, right? So applying it to your situation, being in the present moment is going to be your best friend throughout the month. And I feel like there's going to be moments where you will find you're inevitably or just being pushed to have a moment where you catch your breath and just let it out, let it go, right? If an emotion or two does pop up at certain points throughout the month, heal from it, my friend. Do not push it down. This is preparation for when the time comes to leap towards a very full card energy into a new beginning, something of importance for you, see things work out more in your favor to a more desired extent. Then you'll be so grateful, so proud of yourself for letting that healing take place all the meanwhile. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a month where you do gain certain levels of illumination, enlightenment, clarity, all right? When you do envision what you desire, it's a month where you need to believe in that 1000%, as are showing me doves, all right? And this will help you manifest it more efficiently when the time is right. Let's move on to the Light Seers Tarot. It's like you want to cut something out, or something's inevitably going to be cut out for the better of your situation, your life moving forward, but it's like it's not all fully there clarity-wise, right? The when, the how, what it's going to fully look like. You may, have an idea or just envision the ideal, but do you know what I'm saying? And so you might get a puzzle piece or two, an answer, a light bulb or two going off in your Taurus mind throughout the month. But I wouldn't be surprised if Spirit leaves you with certain question marks still. Okay? They're saying it's purposeful for Taurus to continue. The Four of Swords and the Page of Wands, you need to rest when the time is allotted, or you just have that space to do so, right? It's going to benefit you, your well-being. It's going to benefit the quality of your work. And I feel like you might even find that things are just busier throughout the month than they were in June and previous to that, or it might just be that you're being pushed to prepare for busier times moving forward by resting and healing. But, do it when you can. But the Four Swords talking about how you are protected. Now, again, thinking about a passionate new beginning, there could be one that you just embarked upon recently, a new job or something of the sort. It could be a new connection, or a new place of residence or another investment. But I feel like you're being reminded you're protected in that situation currently, and when the time comes to embark upon that special beginning for you. Let's just label it that way. It feels very special to you. That's just the vibe that's coming through. You are protected. So don't be surprised when certain reminders of this come through. I'm saying the spiritual realm is very much on your side and backing you up, Taurus. Even if you are somebody like myself who is a lot of the time messed with, right? It's like, doesn't mean I'm not protected, right? And it doesn't mean you aren't. And so things like feathers, angel numbers, being pushed to watch a specific tarot reader on YouTube or something of the sort, or even I want to say on TikTok specifically. Things like you being pushed to watch a Reiki healer or to do something healing and peaceful for you that makes you happy in a moment where things feel a bit off due to your empathic ability or just what you were dealing with, or you're overthinking certain habits. You're very guided, okay? And so let this be a reminder when things feel uncertain or you just feel a little bit off or things feel a bit rocky, because it isn't a perfect month, right? And I wouldn't expect you to expect that, right? Being very realistic as an individual, but I just feel like at times you need that reminder that there's that support, all right? And I feel like those who you think will not support you in the future when it comes to a big change you want to make, or even they'll have some negativity to throw at you in regards to that change, they, I think, will be more supportive in the end than you think, or even in the beginning stages of that situation, all right? And so it just reminds you that you have solid people in your life, all right? I feel like for some, this is family. Could be who you consider family but isn't blood related. It could be friends. But the Ace of Swords, yeah, clarity, my friend. But your mind, your Taurus mind, needs to be used to your advantage and not to hinder you at certain points, to hold you back or just to weigh you down. But at times, if we're being honest and realistic, my very spiritual Taurus is drawn to the reading. When you hear spirit so clearly through your thoughts, your dreams, and then all the synchronicities, even, on top of it all, wrapped up into it all, it's like, it can feel like a lot, right? And so you need to remember when it's not your energy to carry, when it's not your thought, right? And just, separate it, okay? But it just reminds you, like, because you can't control how much spirit speaks to you, right? You can't. It's just not, something we can just, manage in that sense. So just manage your own thoughts to the best of your ability. So don't overthink, right? And so as well, trust your intuition when it comes to something you should be looking up the spiritual or angelic meaning to, especially when it comes to your dreams and synchronicities. But as well, it's kind of like when watching an online reading, right, on YouTube or something. If it doesn't click, it doesn't click. Don't force it, right? You're not a sign that is known for forcing things, so don't start now, okay? It just feels like that should be applied in certain other ways in your life, right? When you try to connect with somebody, even if that's somebody you're meant to connect with in general, if in that moment it's not really clicking or you're not really vibing with that individual, that energy, then don't force it, okay? You're gonna feel a lot lighter and a lot happier due to things just flowing more naturally because of it, all right? And that also goes for when you're trying to accomplish things, for your business or for your job, or when you're, apply it in a multitude of ways, okay? You get the point. What else do we have for Taurus? Rest your Taurus heart is what I'm getting. They weren't for you. I really feel like that's the vibe. They were not for you, my friend. Okay, and they aren't. And so you need to remember that that's not for everybody, but please take it if that was for you. You made the right choice, or it just kind of happened the way it was meant to. Temperance, all right, needing to implement levels of balance and patience. The Temperance energy, being Sagittarius energy, is very much coming through, and it does very rarely for me as a reader. This kind of spontaneous or just calculated risk-taking energy where it's like, when the time is right, I want to be free. I want to just be out and about accomplishing and growing my life and changing as a soul with all of the changes I'm, flowing with and implementing, right? It's like, I feel like you want to travel, you want to move to a new place of residence for some, you want to see your career looking completely different in, how many years or months down the line. But again, this also definitely speaking upon the patience you need to have. Some of which might have very angelic energy, even when you feel that your energy, things are a bit heavy for one, if not multiple reasons. You just have this light way about you that puts people at ease, that comforts people. And so you might be reminded of how good that feels by experiencing that through someone else's energy, okay? Say it's their online content or just them in person. Even if it's just a split moment, recognize that this is how people feel about you. I feel like that's for a lot drawn to the reading. The Two of Cups, thinking about connecting with people and how that's changed for you. It's like, I feel like for some of you, depending on your age, it's like making friends when you're older is not really easy, is it? And that's coming to mind, taking a focus. You just kind of not really wanting to settle for less when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to friendships, knowing your worth in that sense. But I feel like there's also a vibe of opposites attracting when it comes to friends, when it comes to who you're dating, you name it, or just associating yourself with. Finding the differences and even the commonalities in certain ways with people to be very fascinating. All right, I'm hearing you're fascinating. Could be about you, but I feel like you're thinking about someone else in that light. The Knight of Cups, thinking about, and the Lovers. Some of you thinking about wanting more love, more romance in your life, okay? I'm hearing sexual matters coming to mind. But I feel like even if you don't realize that you're manifesting a new commitment with somebody, or you're manifesting that right person coming in, or the reconnecting with somebody, but I feel like putting, love aside, you are manifesting a ton either way, some important choices that will leave you with a more creative, more fulfilling life, all right? And I'm hearing it's up to you. The ball is in your court, all right? It is up to you. And it's your life, live it how you wish, with the Eight of Cups coinciding with that, right? It's a month where, Taurus, I feel like in certain ways you're going to be feeling invigorated by being in the present moment and envisioning your future in a brighter, different way. It's like some of you might want to attempt a situation again, whether it's with a specific somebody, dating them, or just being with them. It could be in regards to reconnecting with a friend. It could be the same location you want to move back to. Or it could be a different type of job that you now want to give another go to, right? Even if it's within a different company. Or maybe now you want to try being an entrepreneur again. It's time to give that a go with the experience and the knowledge that I've gained between the last attempt and now, or just from that last attempt and, in general. And apply that to whatever one of those options applies to your situation, right? I just feel like there's a lot of bright successes for you throughout the month and moving forward. And it's a month that reminds you, as long as you trust your intuition, you're very much guided by the spiritual realm once again, and the possibilities are endless for you. Wouldn't be surprised if you see an infinity symbol or two, if not several throughout the month. I'm hearing buzz like a bee. Anyways, but yeah, a wish fulfillment lies on the horizon for you. I don't feel like it's necessarily going to be fulfilled throughout this month, but you may find yourself able to productively take steps closer to that fulfillment for you. That, checking that off your list, if you will, and seeing it come to be for you, Taurus. It feels like a very empowering month, right? A very colorful month as well. One where you're going to time and time again have to put that knowledge, that wisdom you've gained, your intuition to use, and you will do so naturally. But at times you might need to remind yourself to do so. Okay, let's pull a couple more before we wrap this up. We also have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. You are a passionate individual with whoever you decide to connect with, wrap yourself up with. Whatever you decide to accomplish, continue, begin. And this is very evident to those who tune into your work or just your content, associate themselves with you. It's even evident to you, to your spirit guides. I feel like you might be joined by a random spirit at a certain point. I'm getting very specifically while you're working, if you're a spiritual worker, or when you are, it's like late at night when you're getting ready for bed or something, watching content. And I feel like this might feel a little bit off, but kind of protective. Okay, this happens to me occasionally. I feel like there's going to be certain spirits throughout the month that want you to feel really good in a moment, and they'll just kind of take over your energy for a hot second or add to your energy, or it just might be you feeling their energy. But it's very interesting. I'm being drawn to this detail here. Wings. Wings. What do we have here? Wings. All right. It's speaking upon your angelic energy because of your connection to the spirit realm, because of your, peaceful, grounded way of being naturally as a Taurus, hearing being connected to the earth, all the meanwhile. But I feel like it's just also speaking upon the support that lies within your Taurus situation around you, okay? You're surrounded and protected is what I'm getting, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light, and go enjoy the month of July, and I'll see you next time.